Emma was used to hearing her son cry. He was only 9 months old, and babies cry for all kinds of reasons: teething, hunger, boredom, needing comfort. But this cry was different. It was sharp. It was painful. It was the kind of cry that made Emma's heart drop instantly. She rushed into the living room, calling out, "Noah? Baby? What's wrong?" Noah sat on the couch, red-faced, tears streaming down his cheeks. His little fists clenched and unclenched in panic. And standing right in front of him, blocking him with both paws pressed against his tiny shoulders, was their ginger cat, Milo. "Milo!" Emma gasped. "What are you doing? Move!" But Milo didn't move, not an inch. He stood like a wall between Noah and the edge of the couch, his body pressed close, his head leaning down as if he was trying to soothe the crying baby. Noah's arms reached for Emma, but every time he tried to crawl forward, Milo gently pushed him back. "Milo, stop!" Emma said, stepping closer. "Let me hold my baby." Milo turned his head and looked at her. His eyes weren't angry. They weren't scared. They were pleading, begging her to understand something she didn't see yet. Noah cried harder. His face scrunched in pain, his wails echoing through the room. Emma's chest tightened. "What is wrong with you?" She snapped at Milo. He didn't flinch. He didn't hiss. He didn't run. Instead, he wrapped his front paws around Noah and held him still, pressing his cheek against the baby's head. That looked like a hug. But a WSN single quotes to Dot. It was something else. Something Emma couldn't understand. Not yet. Before we continue, make sure you like and subscribe so you never miss emotional stories like this one. "Move, Milo," Emma repeated, her voice shaking. She picked the cat up and placed him on the floor, but Milo jumped right back onto the couch. He placed himself in front of Noah again, blocking him like a shield. Emma felt her frustration rise. This wasn't normal. Milo was gentle, quiet, independent. He never pushed Noah, never fought him, never behaved aggressively. But today, he wouldn't let Noah crawl away. "Milo, enough," Emma said firmly. This time, Milo didn't move at all. His back arched. His tail puffed slightly. A soft, trembling growl came from his throat. Not loud, not threatening, but desperate. Desperate for her to back away. Emma froze. "You've never growled at me," she whispered. "Why? Why are you doing this?" Noah's cries grew louder. His body twisted, uncomfortable, like something was bothering him internally. "Okay, something is wrong," Emma whispered. "Something is really wrong." She lifted Noah into her arms. He cried harder, pressing his face against her shoulder, his breath fast and uneven. His skin felt warm, but not fever-warm. Just irritated. Milo jumped off the couch and rubbed himself against Emma's leg repeatedly, meowing loudly. As if trying to tell her something. "Milo, what is it?" She whispered. Then Noah suddenly coughed. Not a normal cough. A harsh, choking cough. Emma's heart stopped. She grabbed a diaper bag, scooped Noah up, and rushed to the car. "We're going to the doctor," she said, voice shaking. "Something's not right." Milo meowed at the door, pacing anxiously. Emma didn't think twice. She closed the door and drove. The clinic was only 15 minutes away, but it felt like an hour. When Emma walked in with Noah crying violently again, the nurse rushed over. "He doesn't look good," she said. "Let's take him straight in." Emma's hands trembled as she set Noah on the examination table. He grabbed his chest and whined, tears streaming. "What's been happening?" The doctor asked. Emma tried to explain everything: the crying, the coughing, Milo blocking Noah, the strange behavior, and the cat kept pushing him back. The doctor repeated, eyebrows raised. "Yes," Emma said breathlessly. He wouldn't let Noah crawl. He wouldn't let him move. The doctor listened closely, checking Noah's breathing, ears, skin, throat. Then he paused. "Did he eat anything new today?" The doctor asked. No, Emma said. Just his snacks. And I cleaned the living room this morning, but she stopped mid-sentence. The doctor noticed. What did you clean with? He asked. Just the floor. And the sofa. And the carpet. I used a new cleaner I bought yesterday. It had a really strong smell. What brand? The doctor asked quickly. Emma told him the name. The doctor's eyes changed instantly. A sharp, serious look. Emma. That cleaner contains two chemicals that can be extremely dangerous to babies. Their skin and lungs react much faster than adults. Even tiny amounts can cause irritation, trouble breathing, and burning sensations. Emma's body went numb. But burning? She whispered. Burning sensation? My baby was in pain? Noah cried again, reaching for her. When did he start crying? The doctor asked. Right after I put him on the couch. And that's where you sprayed the cleaner? Emma nodded slowly. The doctor exhaled sharply. Emma, your cat didn't want him crawling on the couch. That's why he kept pulling him back. Emma stared at him. The doctor continued. The cat smelled it. Cats have a stronger sense of smell than humans. He knew something was wrong. He was trying to keep Noah away from the chemicals. Emma's breath shuddered. He was protecting him? The doctor nodded. Not only protecting him, he prevented this from getting much worse. Babies can get chemical burns. Their lungs can be damaged. Your son was reacting to the fumes and residue. That cough? That was irritation. That cry? Pain. The cat kept him still so it didn't spread more on his body. Emma covered her mouth. Tears filled her eyes instantly. Oh my God. Oh my God. The doctor placed a hand on her shoulder. You brought him in on time. He will be okay. But your cat acted before you even realized what was happening. Emma broke completely right there in the doctor's office. Her sobs came hard, raw, painful. All the time she had told Milo to get down. All the time she had scolded him. All the time she pushed him away. He wasn't being jealous. He wasn't being aggressive. He was saving her child. I thought he was misbehaving, Emma cried. I yelled at him. He understood more than you think, the doctor said. He was the only one who noticed something was wrong. That cat prevented this from becoming a serious medical emergency. Emma cried harder, hugging Noah close. Her baby had been in danger, and she hadn't noticed. But Milo had, when they got home. Emma opened the door, still shaken and exhausted. Milo sat right there, waiting. His tail swished slowly, eyes wide. Worried Dottie walked straight to Noah, sniffed him gently, then rubbed his head against Emma's leg. Emma dropped to the floor and burst into tears again. I'm sorry, she whispered, voice shaking. I'm so sorry, Milo. Milo climbed into her lap and pressed his face into her chin. Emma hugged him tightly, crying into his fur. You saved him, she whispered. You saved my baby. I didn't understand. I should have listened. I should have trusted you. Milo meowed softly, licking Noah's cheek. Emma wiped her tears and held both of them close. Your family, she whispered. I will never forget what you did. Later that night, when Noah was asleep and the house was quiet, Emma threw away every cleaning product she owned. She bought natural ones. Read labels carefully. Cleaned everything twice. And all the while, Milo followed her, not like a pet, like a guardian, a delay, watchful soul who refused to let her baby out of his sight. Emma sat on the floor next to him and whispered, You knew before I did. You always know. Thank you for protecting him when I didn't. Milo curled up beside Noah's crib that night. He didn't sleep. He watched. Because some heroes don't roar. Some heroes don't wear badges. Some heroes don't stand tall. Some heroes are small, quiet, covered in orange fur, with a heart big enough to save a life. and a love deep enough to break a parent's heart wide open. For the next few days, Emma couldn't stop thinking about what the doctor had said. Every time she looked at Milo, she felt her chest tighten. She had almost pushed him away from the very danger he was trying to protect her baby from. He wasn't just a cat. He was Noah's protector, his guardian, his little silent hero. And the more Emma watched him, the more she realized something she hadn't seen before. Milo never let Noah out of his sight, not even for a second. If Noah crawled across the floor, Milo was 2 steps behind. If Noah sat near the couch, Milo sat right next to him. If Noah reached for anything new, Milo sniffed it first. If Noah cried, Milo came running faster than Emma could. At first, it felt sweet. Then it started to feel deliberate, purposeful, careful, like Milo was watching for something, like he expected danger to return. One evening, Emma put Noah on the playmat in the living room. He giggled and shook his little rattle. Milo sat behind him, one paw touching Noah's back, as if keeping him anchored. "You're being extra clingy today," Emma said softly. Milo looked at her. Not playful, not shy, not nervous. Serious. Almost protective in a way that made Emma's heart beat faster. "You know something I don't you?" she whispered. Milo blinked slowly. Emma sat down next to him and stroked his back. "You saved him once. I know you'd do it again. I trust you now." Milo leaned his head into her hand. Noah squealed loudly, and Milo jumped, turning around to check on him instantly. Emma watched him for a long time. He wasn't just reacting to the Phineas baby. He was monitoring him, like a little furry security guard, like he expected something to go wrong again. And he wasn't wrong. Not even close. 2 nights later, just past midnight, Emma woke up with a strange feeling. Something wasn't right. She couldn't explain it. It was just a pressure in her chest, a whisper in her mind. She walked down the hallway toward Noah's room. The nightlight glowed softly under the door. Everything looked calm, but as she pushed the door open, Milo shot out from behind the crib. Like lightning, sprinting past her legs and running straight into the hallway. "Milo?" Emma whispered. "What's wrong?" Before she could follow him, she heard something else. A small cough. A sound so tiny, so light, she would have missed it if she wasn't listening for it. She rushed to the crib. Noah's face was red again. His breaths were short and fast, and his eyes were full of tears. "Noah?" she gasped, lifting him up. "Baby, what's wrong?" His skin felt warm, not fever warm, but irritated warm. The way it had felt the day of the chemical reaction. Emma's heart sank. No, not again. She looked around the nursery. Nothing was out of place. No cleaners, no food, nothing toxic. So why was he reacting? "Milo knew," Emma whispered. "Milo knew before I did." She rushed into the hallway. "Milo," she called. "Where are you?" He was standing at the end of the hall, staring at something on the floor. Emma hurried over. "What is it, boy?" Milo stepped back. Emma stopped breathing. Small puddle, clear liquid. Right in front of the laundry room door. She leaned closer. It smelled strange. Sweet. Chemical. Fabric softener. "Oh my God," she whispered. "The bottle, it's leaking." She ran into the laundry room. Sure enough, the cap on the fabric softener bottle was loose. A small trail of liquid had leaked across the floor. Tiny, nearly invisible, but strong enough to irritate a baby's lungs and skin. Noah's cough grew worse. "Milo, he could have crawled right through this," Emma said with a shaking voice. You kept him away." Milo rubbed against her leg, eyes full of worry. Emma broke down again. "What would we do without you?" she whispered. She cleaned the spill as fast as she could. Then she carried Noah outside onto the porch to breathe fresh air. His cries softened. His breath slowed. His little body relaxed. Emma rocked him gently. When he finally fell asleep, she whispered into his hair, "We don't deserve that cat." The next morning, Emma was done being careless. She emptied the entire laundry room. Every bottle, every chemical, every cleaner gone. She cleaned the floors twice with nothing but water. She opened all the windows. Milo followed her everywhere, never leaving Noah's side. That afternoon, Mark came home early. "What's going on?" he asked. Emma explained everything, from the late-night scare to the leaking bottle to Milo's behavior. Mark sat down slowly, staring at the floor. "So, he saved him again?" Emma nodded. Mark rubbed his eyes, overwhelmed. "How many times is that now?" "3," Emma whispered. "3 times." Their ginger cat sat quietly at Noah's feet, eyes always scanning the room. Mark knelt and pulled Milo gently into his arms. It was the first time he had ever hugged the cat with such emotion. "You're not just a pet," he whispered. "You're a lifesaver." Milo purred softly. As if to say, "I know." That night, they kept every door closed except Noah's. Milo slept right outside the nursery like a furry guardian statue. Emma woke once around 3 a.m. and peeked into the hallway. Milo wasn't sleeping. He was sitting upright. Watching. Listening. Protecting. Emma sat next to him silently. "You're amazing," she whispered. Milo didn't move. He just continued watching the house like it was his job. And maybe. It was 2 days later the doctor called. He had run a special test on Noah's skin swab. "Emma," he said, "your baby is extremely sensitive to certain chemical fragrances. Even tiny amounts can cause irritation. It's rare, but it happens." Emma swallowed hard. "So any spill, any cleaner, even residue?" "Yes," the doctor said softly. "He shouldn't be exposed at all." And Emma, if your cat hadn't reacted, Noah's lungs could have swollen. It could have become severe before you knew what was happening. Emma felt tears slide down her cheeks. The doctor continued, "Your cat didn't just protect him. He read the danger before anyone noticed. That's instinct you can't teach." Emma couldn't speak. She just whispered, "Thank you." After the call, she walked into the living room and saw Milo grooming Noah gently while the baby giggled. Her heart filled with a warm ache. "Hero," she whispered, kneeling next to him. Milo looked up. Emma stroked his head tenderly. "You saved him again, and again, and again." Milo blinked slowly. Then he placed his paw on Noah's belly and kept it there, as if claiming his responsibility, his purpose. Emma felt herself tear up. "He's not just our cat," she whispered to Mark. Mark nodded. "He's our guardian." Later that evening, as the sun set, Emma sat on the couch with Noah and Milo beside her. The house was quiet, peaceful, safe. She looked down at Milo, his orange fur glowing softly in the warm light. "You felt the danger before I did," she whispered. "You protected him when I didn't." Milo purred. Emma kissed Noah's forehead, then leaned down and kissed the top of Milo's head too. "Your family," she said softly, "and I promise I will never ignore your warnings again." Milo curled against her side, closing his eyes, and Emma understood something clearly. Sometimes the world sends protectors in forms we don't expect. Not always big, not always loud, not always human. Sometimes they are small, quiet, soft, covered in stripes, with a heart bigger than their entire body. A heart that saved a life, more than once, because love doesn't always speak in words. Sometimes love speaks in instincts. Sometimes love speaks in warnings. Sometimes love speaks in fur. For the next several weeks, Emma watched Milo more closely than she ever had in her entire life. And every single day, she saw something new. something she hadn't noticed before, something that made her realize just how special he truly was. He didn't just stay near Noah. He studied him. He learned his patterns. He memorized every cry, every sound, every small shift in his breathing. If Noah sneezed, Milo looked up instantly. If Noah rolled onto his stomach, Milo repositioned himself immediately. If Noah crawled toward a new toy, Milo sniffed the toy first before letting him touch it. Emma had never seen anything like it. One evening, as Noah napped in his crib, Milo slipped into the nursery and sat under the window, staring at the door. Guarding. Waiting. Emma stood in the doorway quietly, watching him. "You really take your job seriously, don't you?" she whispered. Milo didn't look back. He stayed alert, on duty. Emma's heart felt so full she had to step away. But that night, she would understand everything. The reason he acted the way he did, why he became so protective, why he never left Noah's side. Because that night, the danger returned again. And this time, it wasn't chemicals. It was something far worse. It was 1:26 a.m. The house was silent. Emma was half asleep when she heard it. A sound so soft, at first she thought she imagined it. A faint thump. Then another. Not loud, not heavy, but strange. She sat up slowly. Her heart began to pound. Then she heard something else. A soft, low sound. Like a growl. But not dangerous. Warning. She knew that sound. "Milo," she whispered. Emma threw off her blanket and ran toward the hallway. When she reached Noah's room, the door was half open. Inside, she saw Milo standing on the crib railing, his back arched, tail fluffed, body tense. He was staring at the window. Something in the window. Emma froze. The window was open. Just slightly, just an inch or two, but enough. The curtain moved gently with the cold night air. Noah lay in his crib, sleeping peacefully, but on the bay windowsill, small black pellets. Droppings. Emma single quotes as heart dropped. "A rat," she whispered. "There's a rat." Her stomach twisted. Her hands shook. Milo let out another low warning sound, but this time it was deeper. Sharper. He jumped down from the crib railing and positioned himself between Noah and the window. He crouched down, muscles tight, ready to attack if anything came. And Emma slowly walked toward the window, fear crawling up her spine. She pushed it shut and locked it. Her breath trembled. A rat could bite, could carry disease, could climb into the crib, but Milo never let that happen. He had heard it, smelled it, seen it. Before she did. "I can't believe this," she whispered, tears filling her eyes again. "You protected him from this too." Milo slowly walked to the crib, stood on his hind legs, and sniffed Noah's hair gently to check he was okay. Then he lay down beside the crib, body covering the floor space where the rat would have entered. A final barrier, a silent promise, a Kamas guardian doing his job. Emma sat on the floor and cried quietly. "You knew," she whispered. "You knew something was wrong. How do you always know?" Milo blinked at her slowly. Calmly. Emma reached out and stroked his head. "You saved him again," she whispered. 3 times from chemicals. And now this. "You're incredible." Milo placed his paw on her knee. Emma buried her face in her hands, overwhelmed. She wasn't crying because of fear anymore. She was crying because of gratitude, because she finally understood Milo completely. He wasn't just reacting to danger. He was watching for it. Every second, every day. Every night. For Noah. Because Noah wasn't just a baby in the house. Noah was his baby. The next morning, Emma and Mark called pest control immediately. The inspector found a tiny hole behind the radiator that allowed the rodent in. "We've seen this before," the inspector said. "But I'll be honest with you. Your cat probably prevented something serious. Rats go for warm, soft places. A baby's crib is perfect for them. Emma felt sick. Mark held her shoulder. The inspector continued. Not many cats would stay in a baby's room all night. That's rare. Your cat. He's very protective. Emma nodded, tears returning. Protective wasn't even the right word. He was dedicated, devoted, faithful, family, evening. While Noah played with his stacking toys on the floor, Milo lay stretched across his lap, purring softly. Every time Noah tried to move, Milo sat up and repositioned himself to stay close. Emma watched them with soft eyes. Then she said something she had never said before. She belongs to you, doesn't he? Milo looked up. Emma smiled through tears. You're not following him, she whispered. You're watching over him. Milo blinked slowly, resting his head on Noah's leg. Mark sat beside Emma and nodded. I've never seen anything like this. I think that's exactly what he is. Noah squealed, grabbed Milo's tail, and giggled. Milo didn't mind. He never minded, because love doesn't always hurt. Sometimes it protects, sometimes it shields, sometimes it warns silently in the middle of the night, and sometimes love looks like a ginger cat sitting by a crib, ready to fight the world to keep his baby safe. Weeks passed. Noah grew stronger, happier, calmer, and every new milestone, every giggle, every crawl, every wobbling step, Milo was there. Not near him, with him, always, touching him somehow. A paw, a tail, a gentle nudge. One afternoon, as the sun glowed through the windows, Emma watched Noah try to stand up holding the couch. He wobbled, lost balance, tipped backward. But before he fell, Milo darted forward and positioned his body behind him. Noah fell against Milo's soft fur instead of the hard floor. Emma covered her mouth. Milo, she whispered, tears filling her eyes again. How does he know? Every time, how does he always know? Mark put an arm, because he loves him, he said simply. Emma nodded. And in that moment, she realized something. Maybe animals aren't just pets. Maybe they're sent to protect. Maybe they feel danger. Maybe they go. Some babies are never alone, because some hearts, no matter how small, furry, or striped, were born to protect, born to love, born to save. Milo curled beside Noah that night, purring softly. Emma stood in the doorway, watching them, feeling her heart swell until it hurt. You saved him, she whispered. Every time. You saved him. Milo lifted his head and looked at her. Not proud, not heroic, not demanding praise, just calm. Sure, got protective. Emma understood then. Some guardian angels don't fly. Some guardian angels walk on four paws, with soft fur, and eyes that see danger long before anyone else does. And she thanked God every day that one of those angels lived in her home, right beside her baby, forever.